Hello and welcome to episode 71 of Paper Tuesdays with Michael Dwyer and Marc Halpin. Michael, would you like to introduce our guest?
Yeah, we're really fortunate to be joined by Lisa Jane, the psychic, who has a strong following on Facebook and Instagram and is joining us all the way from England. Lisa Jane, thanks for joining us this evening. How are you?
I'm okay, thank you, guys. It's lovely to join you. Actually, I'm quite excited.
You're a natural behind the camera. You're really good at your Instagram lives, and I'm sure you do a lot of Facebook broadcasts as well. It's almost as if you've, with COVID and everything, you took to the social world of social media and helped people along with your gift, I suppose. How has it been for you over the last year?
Very, very, very busy.
Really?
Yes, I'm probably the busiest person in isolation.
Right.
No, it's been very busy. I mean, I've done readings for 23 years, face to face, and I do a lot of shows for charity, like live shows for charity. And I thought Spirit World needs to show me basically where to go while we're not allowed to go out. And I'm really bad on social media, but they've taught me very well, how to still be able to communicate with people and give them healing and their readings, even when we was in a really tough time. And I think that, and then it was me and my two children, my grown-up daughters actually, that suggested maybe doing some lives where everybody is so fed up. Do you see what I mean? And stuck indoors. Why I had the time, because obviously before lockdown, I'm so busy doing face-to-faces all the time that I don't have a lot of time to invest in other stuff to do with psychic. So while we had the time, I thought that's what I'm going to do. And it's literally gone mental.
Really?
Like, people message me asking me if I'm not there on a Wednesday, or sometimes life takes you, and you can't always do it on exactly the same day. I get so many inboxes to say, are you going live tonight? Are you going live tonight? Are you going to do a murders and missing people? Are you going to do tarot? Are you going to do this? And I can't answer all the messages sometimes. And I have to explain to people, I'm not being rude, but it's such a big queue of people that I can't always respond. Do you see what I mean? But I love doing it. I absolutely love it. I've done it for a long time.
And so what happens on the live then? Do you reach out to individuals who are watching and do a reading for them, or what happens?
So I won't let anyone pre-book in their live because it's not fair. Okay. So what happens is people do try and I say no. What I do is I just say you have to join, and Spirit World will take me to the people, depending who's there, who they feel needs the reading the most. There isn't a queuing system. I just go down the whole list, and I make sure I go down the whole list so that everyone gets a fair chance, and whoever I get pulled to gets joined on the live. I mean, if you've watched my lives, they're nowhere near perfect. Sometimes the camera turns round, sometimes we have things going on and off, but everybody tells me they like it that way. They don't want it polished. So, and I'm just, sometimes I'm like, oh God, this is going on. And, take no notice, the doorbell's going off, but it's just me in my house, just being a normal person, I suppose. But yeah, people, it's been very overwhelming, but in a nice way. In a really nice way. I do a lot of unsolved murders and missing people as well. I help people find people. So that's, I done a live on that one night, and that went mental. So apparently someone put me on TikTok. I didn't even know about it. And I got loads of requests from all different places in America to do these readings. And it was only when I kind of asked them, how have you heard about me? They're like, oh, you're on TikTok. I'm like, oh no, I don't even know how to use it. So yeah, it's just got a bit mad.
Yeah. So Michael, did someone find the body or something through what you said on your live? Is that what went on TikTok?
Sorry,
somebody found a body or something, and you were able to tell where it was?
No, so with the missing people and unsolved murders, a lot of time the families communicate with me. They leave me messages and pictures and stuff, and then I kind of get, like the same way as on the live, I get a call to ones that really need my help, because some people that are missing come back after 24 hours, and then I kind of say to them, send me a picture. So normally the murders I do are unsolved, so they haven't been, either the person hasn't been caught, or it's like a cold case, or the body hasn't been found. So they send me messages. Mainly it's a lot of missing people starts off with, and then I look at the picture and give them all the information that Spirit will give me to find the missing person, or to give them clues for the police. And then sometimes the police end up contacting me because they're like, some of the times they're like, you can't possibly know this. Not even the people you're telling knows this. This is stuff that we only know at the police station, you know. But I do, any case I work on stays private because obviously, you know, it's I tell people I don't do it for publicity. It's to help others get closure. You know, I don't want to do it for publicity. I don't want that.
But you have been successful.
Yes. More, a lot. I've probably found people that have probably been not always alive, about 26 missing people in about 2 years.
Wow. Jesus.
And is this recent or?
Yeah, I've only been doing the missing people and unsolved murders probably about 5-6 years.
Right.
So yeah,
Okay.
but in the last 2 years, about 26 people.
Yeah.
You must have been good at hide and seek when you were younger.
Yeah, I used to tell my children when they were teenagers, you can't ever run away because I'll find you.
Brilliant. So this is something that you've kind of, even in your own gift, it's not something that you just started up and, you know, it just took off. Like, it's almost an evolution where, you know, it led you to missing persons, but like this is something that you've been dabbling in or experiencing for 26 years. So when did you first realize that you had a gift?
So this is a really funny story because everyone asked me this. My best friend used to live with me when our children were little, and she had tarot cards. And one night she said, "Can I read your tarot cards?" And I said, "Oh, really?" This is that was my actual outlook then. "Oh, really?" So she said, "Come on, it'll be fun. The kids are in bed. We can't go out or do nothing. We've got small children." So she read them and I said, "Actually, that's quite true to my life." And then she was just doing them. And she'll be the first person to tell you now that she's got no spiritual ability at all. She always says, "It's nothing to do with me. It's my best friend," about me. Yeah. And I used to be able to tell her what the cards were before she turned them over. And she bought me some. She said, "No, she called me a weirdo, actually. She said, 'You're a weirdo. I'm buying you cards. I feel like I need to buy you some.'" And then I lived in like a big block of flats when my children were small. So I used to just do little readings for the neighbours that I knew but didn't know enough about them. Do you see what I mean? Just knew them to say hi and stuff like that. And then it started to progress. And one of my neighbours' child got murdered, and she asked me to have a look at a picture of her, and it just went. That was the first murder I did. I didn't do any more for a long time after that because that traumatized me for a bit because I wasn't that experienced when I did it. I mean, she'll say I was because we closed the case, but you know, at the time I didn't feel that, and it traumatized me. I didn't do any for a long time after that, but that's when I started to hear and speak, you know, hear and be able to communicate with spirit world. And my mum is also a medium, but she doesn't do it for the public. And I rang her and said to her, "You either need to put me in hospital, Mum, because I'm going mad, or you need to help me," because I felt I could hear everyone all talking to me at once. Do you see what I mean? Where they were trying to get through. And she said, "You're not going mad." And she showed me how to be able to control it. And then that was it. Then I was just taking small bookings when my children were small, you know, because I had small children, so I couldn't go out and do readings. And then it's just gone from there to bigger, to doing shows, I do shows all over the country. I've done shows up north, I've done everywhere. But I always do my shows for charity because I feel like, you know, I can give someone £10 a month for a charity, or I've raised, you know, sometimes £2,000 or £3,000 for a child that needs an operation in one night. To me, I feel that that's giving more than not being rude, giving £10. You know, like if I can give that, I want to give it. And I always often choose the smaller charities or the more intimate charities that I'm not getting the support from, the bigger people. And that's how it just started. And it just went from there and on and on and on and on. It's still going.
Wow. It's quite the tale. And the fact that your mother did it, like, do you think that connection with your mother has aided your ability?
Yes, definitely. I think it's in it. And my children have got it. I mean, they're grown-ups now. My two girls, when I do a murder case, sometimes I might have a picture that someone sent me, and now we don't live together because they're grown-ups now. So they can be in two different houses and me, and I send them the picture and we all get the same information about the same incident, exactly the same information.
Jesus.
But they won't do it for the public yet. They're not confident enough. And I think my granddaughter's got it as well. She's only 5.
And what indications are there that the 5-year-old might have it?
So I was doing a missing person, which I can't say any names, but in Alabama.
Nice.
And I had a young girl on the screen, and I don't talk about it in front of my grandchildren. They're too little, yeah. And I said to her, go in the front room with mum. Let me just answer this message. That's what I said to her, and I'll be in a minute. She come in and said, Nan, that girl's hiding, right? And I said, what? And she said, she's hiding from two men, and she's behind a tree, but there's the bush, and she's silly lady, she said, because she's going to get found. Right, but what she didn't realise is I was writing on Messenger to these people in Alabama that two men were involved in this girl's passing, and that I could see a tree and a bush, and they did find her. She was passed, but they did find her. And that's my granddaughter. And then she just walked out.
Oh my God.
Wow. Okay. So this isn't straightforward. This is I never thought you were kind of interested in mediumship, but I never thought that like it's as profound as this. Like it's an instant flash. It's not like an intuition or do I feel that? Is that confused? It's a clear voice almost for you, is it?
Yeah, because what I do in my readings and I say to people is I don't often do it through sight anymore because it's a lot harder. I do when I'm doing missing people because I need to visualize them. If I'm doing a private reading, I often do it through feeling and hearing because it's a lot more validation that way. And I can, like I say to people, I treat spirit world the way I would treat you or me down here. I conversate with them because that's what they miss. So if I'm doing a reading with someone on a private reading, not so much on the live because I haven't got time to do it, it's like you're sitting and having a conversation with someone that you've passed. It's not just validation. They will conversate, they will laugh, they will joke, they will do stuff that they would do down here, you know. And some people have said to me, I feel like even though you're a woman, I feel like I'm talking to my dad, or I feel like I'm talking to my granddad, or I feel like I'm talking to my mum. I had a young man on here one time that said he gave me a fake name, right? He didn't believe he gave me a fake name, and his dad had passed, and he come through, and his dad first of all said, my son's name's not Kevin, it's blah blah. I can't remember his name. He went, he's lying to you, and he went, oh my God, I did lie. I've not told you my real name.
Wow.
So they conversate and they miss being around us like that. They can be around us every day, but they can't talk to us. And I think that's what we forget. So I talk to them like they're still here. Yeah, I talk to them and they like that. And I mean, I always say to people, I have 100% faith in spirit world. Whatever they've told me, they've never told me anything that's not been right in my own life or in anyone else's. You know, the amount of people that message me or ring me and say, you know, you said this, you know, you said that. And I say, it's not me, it's your loved ones. Yeah, it's not me. I don't take the credit for it. It's the people that love you, that are the ones who are on the ball. I'm just a telephone.
That's a lovely message, because I think sometimes we get caught up in like, oh, is there a God complex? You know, like that there's a power associated, but you're very selfless in giving, respecting the source of it.
Yeah, because I think, you know what, you've got to always know where you come from, right? You've always got to know where you come from, and I think, you know, if you've been given this gift, you've been given it for a reason, and that's to help people, not to help yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I feel like, obviously, you know, you have to do private readings, whatever, because I've got to give up work and everything to do this. It's been so busy, yeah. But if I just feel like even if I won the lottery, I'd still do this.
Yeah.
I'd be able to do it. I'd still do it. I'd still keep doing it every single day. Like I don't feel like, people ask me if it's a curse or do you feel fed up with it sometimes. Never. I honestly don't feel ever, oh, for God's sake, or, do you know, I just feel like, you know, if I'm having a bit of a rubbish day, I say to them, not today, guys. Yeah, give me a break. And they go off and they leave me alone. You know, it's about mutual respect. They're still our loved ones. Just because they're not physically here doesn't mean I've never had a negative experience. I've never been in a scary situation with a spirit ever, you know, because I feel like I've built that respect with them to be able to not put me in that situation.
And does it take effort on your part to talk to him? Do you have to go somewhere else in your own head, or does it just come, it just flows?
No. So I used to have to do like meditation and everything when I was learning, but now it never switches off because I do like the unsolved murders and missing people. I have it on 24/7. I don't ever turn it off unless, I always say, if I'm socializing. So if I've had alcohol, or I've had a drink, which is not very often, but if I have, I won't read for anyone, because in England, I go out sometimes and people are like, oh, you're Lisa Jane. What do you see? What do you see? And I'm like, I'm not doing it. Even if I've had one drink, because if your head, say you can't drive when you've had a drink, your head's not clear. And I wouldn't risk giving someone the wrong information because I'm not in a straight head. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah.
So the only time I don't do it is if I'm socialising, like with my friends or whatever. Or sometimes my friends have made me promise that I won't do it while I'm on holiday with them. Because I have done it. I've read people on the plane, in restaurants and everything. Yeah, so they say to me now, when you get on that plane, Lisa, do not read the soul.
That's gas.
Yeah, so I know you wanted me to see if I could pick, because I could pick up a man in between you two in spirit worlds.
Right.
Yeah, so I'm not sure which one he's for, but I feel like he's a granddad energy for one of you, and he stands very tall. I don't think he was necessarily tall, but he stands quite straight. Yeah, like very proud man. Very, very proud man, and keeps going on about a watch. So I don't know if someone has got a watch of his. Yeah. And he keeps saying to me as well, I feel like he wants to tap. I want to go over to, you can't see me, this way. So is with I can't remember which one's which of you, but the one with the hat on.
Marc,
yeah, because he taps you on the shoulder. So I feel like I want to go with you. Okay. And he says to me that you need to, I'm not going to go into obviously too personal, we're on this, but he does show me there was a time in your life when you wasn't very confident.
Yeah, I'm doing a podcast there. All right. Yeah.
Yeah, you wasn't very confident about certain things, and what you're doing now is really helping you. Okay. He also shows me as well a lot of hurt around you in your past, but that's gone now, he says. Yeah. I also want to give the initial J connection, either with this man or someone joins in your family. Yeah.
Yeah.
And also he tells me the month of March being really important, someone's birthday or past anniversary also in the family. So that could be his family or yours. Okay. Yeah. Who's had the baby boy?
Nobody.
He's told me a baby boy coming, so just be aware. Okay.
Right.
And it might not be for you, it might be someone immediate in your family, but he's showing me a baby boy and he's doing this. And I feel like, I don't know if someone's already got his name or the baby will have his name, but he shows me him with two names. Okay. So either someone being named after him or already named after him.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it also shows me there's a lady standing next to him, but I think it's for the other male.
Okay.
Yeah, the other man. So can I ask you if you're a nan in spirit world?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. Because she takes me over to you now. And she shows me her being very unwell before she passed away. She shows me quite a battle before she crossed over. She also shows me her not being alone when she passed. Someone was with her. She knows this, okay? Because she's showing me them kissing her on the face before she crossed over, okay? She also says I need to give the initial M connection with someone in your family or her connection. And she also says to me as well something about someone lights a candle or does something in her memory because she's around when this happens. She also shows me pink flowers that make a reference. I don't know if someone leaves them at the grave or they make a reference to her, but she's showing me pink flowers being a reference to her. And also she says to me as well, something to do. I feel like she's your mum's mum. Does that make sense? She's on mum's side. She's taking me to mum.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, she's taking me to mum.
My mother's grandparents my mother's parents are alive, but yeah.
Okay, if it's on dad's side, she was very close to mum then because she's saying hello to her. Yeah. And she's saying thank you to her as well.
Yeah.
So I feel like, and she's going on about a necklace as well. She's going on about a necklace. So I don't know if mum's got her necklace or her daughter or someone else's dad's side of the family, but a necklace she's showing me. And I feel like there's a green stone connection with something in her jewellery. So you might have to ask someone else. It might not be a necklace, it might be a ring.
Yeah.
And also, is there a pool or a pooler?
In my family, yeah.
Yeah. She's giving me that as a name as well, as a reference.
Okay.
And she's just saying, can you tell everybody I love them? She's doing this, like this, as she's leaving. So I'm going to let them pull their energy back because they weren't expecting that. I just dragged them in. So I just wanted to, you did ask me. So
thank you for that.
That's okay. I mean, I could have done, but that's just a little, like I said, a little message from your loved ones. I've got another one. Oh, you started something now. You do know that, don't you?
Yeah.
Does any of you know somebody, a younger male, that took their own life?
No.
Is there? This is really weird. But is there anyone else in that place where you're sitting? in the
No.
house or in the vicinity?
No.
Because they're showing me something to do with a young male that took their own life associated with where you are.
Oh.
Right.
Can you look into that?
Yeah.
In case someone did, where you are, yeah?
Yeah.
That's why I asked if there's any other people in that building with you, just in case it's joined to them, yeah?
Yeah.
Or joined to the building,
Yeah.
Right.
yeah?
Mm.
I won't bring him in because I don't want to know if we don't know who he is, but just let me know, message me back, guys, and tell me,
Yeah.
yeah?
Yeah.
But I feel like probably hung or choked
Right.
Right.
my throat,
Right.
yeah?
Yeah.
You two look in shock.
Yeah, I am.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure you can associate who.
Yeah, I know it was my grandfather, I'd say, who was with me there, I'd say.
Yeah.
Mm.
He kept tapping you on the shoulder. Not you weren't able to physically feel it, but I could see him.
Yeah.
He's very proud of you.
Mm.
Very proud. Was you quite young when he passed?
Yeah, probably early teens.
Yeah, because he shows me you being quite young and now you've grown up.
Yeah.
Mm.
That's mad.
Yeah.
I didn't think it'd be that intricate or that detailed. Yeah.
Did you?
See, I told you I conversate with them. I don't just get them to validate. I like to talk to them, make
Yeah.
sure they're all right as well.
Yeah. And his wife's name was Joe, so that was the J.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah. And my granny's niece is Paula. So yeah, that is really mad.
Who's the M? Who's the M in your family?
Well, I'm Michael, and her husband was Michael. The same way. The same.
It will be the husband, because obviously you introduced yourself as Michael, so I can't use anything I know. So anything I know I can't use. So I knew your name was Michael, so it'd have to be the M would be for the husband.
Of course.
Because I wouldn't know his name, obviously.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow.
You both look like what? You both actually look like you've seen a ghost.
Yeah.
But
It's kind of unsettling. I don't know any young man really personally who has hung themselves or choked.
yeah. But as well
You'll
as
find
that,
it out. You'll find it out, and you message me, and then I can find out what you wanted.
but
Yeah.
it struck me there that, like, after giving us and while obviously it had an impact on both myself and Mark, like seeing the third person had an impact on you. You could see the pain that he had been through. It almost sensed that. Is that true? Is that true?
Yeah, because once they get here, they're not in pain anymore. But they often show me their pastings, and that's why sometimes it's really hard to do murders and children's murders and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And now Spirit World has learned to be able to block my emotions. So because people obviously get upset, and I have to say to people, please don't think I'm cold, but they block my emotions because I'm really soft. I'm quite Bambi, and I wouldn't be able to do readings because I do some horrendous readings. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I do. I sometimes feel, and I do sometimes feel the pain of the client. I do. I feel the empathy. Do you see what I mean? And it's really hard.
Yeah.
Like sometimes I want to put my arms through the screen and give them. If I'm doing face to face, I can cuddle them, but I can't do that at the moment. So
that's a big difference. Yeah.
But Spirit World. So lockdown did not stop Spirit World. They just learned to use technology.
Yeah, very interesting. You've obviously taken us by surprise. Like when Mark asked before, I'd say we were expecting the cards thing, because I know the cards have interested Mark in the past and Breed, and that's a different level stuff there. That's I know cards have the have great symbolism, but to be able to just recognize something in a different realm, that's powerful. You truly have a gift, Lisa Jane. It's hard. I don't know how to frame this question, but how do you deal with skeptics or people that say, that's a load of how?
Right, so people that say that to me, I always feel that everyone has a right to an opinion. I'm not a preacher. I don't feel like I have to prove to anybody that there's a spirit world. I think everyone has a right to have their own way of thinking in life. Yeah. So when people are skeptical, I'm fine with that. And I have a lot of people that come here and say, I don't believe in this, but I want to have a go. And 99 point, well, most of the time I can't remember anyone, and this is not me being big-headed, because like I said, spirit world are the credit, not me. Yeah, leave here and like, oh my God. So I just say, let's just go for it and see what happens. Take what you want from it, I say to them, if they say they're skeptical and they have a reading. And that's what happened, you know. And sometimes people say to me, if I'm doing like a group reading, sometimes I do group readings for people, and there's one person who doesn't want to read it in the group, and they're like, just show them. And I say, no, because they've got to be ready. They've got to come to me. I'm not going to, you know, bombard somebody who doesn't want to hear about loved ones until they're ready to hear about it, you know. So that's how I deal with skeptics. I think they're, you know, everyone's got to have their own beliefs, and hopefully that one day they might have an experience that shows them that people that they love are still going around them. No.
Yeah. Do you ever get premonitions of big events? Like, really?
Yeah. I don't like that though. It upsets me, because I got the premonitions of the Manchester bombing with the I can't remember the lady's name, the singer. And I remember ringing my best friend and saying to her, I've had this terrible dream, but it's not a dream, it's a vision. And in this dream, there was an explosion and there was all these children. And I can't remember the exact number now, but I'm sure it was like 12. I kept saying I was trying to get 12 children out, and it wasn't me in the dream. And then in the paper the next day, exact number I told her was the number of fatalities in that bombing. And I really, really got upset. And I said to her, I could have saved these kids, Jo. I could have saved them. And she said, you can't, you're not allowed to. And I always say to Spirit World, why do you show me these things if I can't help? That upsets me, you know?
Yeah.
And I've had a lot of premonitions about different things. More major things. I don't really premonition about little things.
Yeah.
I just get feelings when I'm awake about things like that. I get it must be like a premonition, but awake, not asleep. But big things I do. And I always get feelings. I can't explain it. Like I can have flashes of things, and then 10 minutes later it's happening, and I'm like, that's so weird. That's not even deja vu, because deja vu is like a little while after. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, I do get little things. I get my children sometimes, they learn to not say it to me now, but I'd say, oh, just be careful, and they go, oh mum, but then it wouldn't be them, but something else had happened on the corner. I'd just say, I say, be careful of the corner, or do you see what I mean? So they now kind of know if I'm saying, just be careful. That's why. So yeah, I do. I get premonitions. I get, and I've dreamt of a murder. Yeah, I've dreamt of a murder, and then woke up in the morning and someone's rang me and told me this person's been murdered.
It's a lot, isn't it, for you? Like,
yeah.
But I love it. I don't like it's a lot of it's sad, but I love being able to. I feel like I'm being able to heal people.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm a giver. I've always done. My job was, before I've done this, or while I was doing this, was to help to work with young people under social services. I've always been in that environment where I want to help. So this is the perfect thing for me, because I feel like I can help people. You know, at the same point, I'm learning and I'm experiencing my own experiences at the same time. So I don't think you can ever get a perfect medium. I feel like you're always learning.
Yeah. But you're very grounded, and like you're obviously aware of like the many challenges that people face in life, whether it's illness, and you see that, and I'm sure you feel that. Is there any, like, do you think there's always a bigger context in play, or how do you rationalize it?
Oh, now you're asking me. I don't know. Am I rational? You know, I see people have passed away. I've said to people, I'm not normal. I think, you know, I don't know. I feel like it's such a normal part of my life now that I just feel like it's just normal.
Yeah.
You know,
sorry,
I just feel like it's normal. Yeah, go on. Sorry.
No, I'm just where my question was coming from was, like, say someone who is a poor health diagnosis or something that they're really struggling with. How is it still like a case that like you're trying to access the spirit world to help them?
Yeah.
What they're dealing with.
Oh yeah. So one thing they spirit will tell me is they can't see death. That they can't tell me about death. Meaning, like, you know, someone had cancer or something like that, and someone might come to me and say, look, how long has this person got? Okay, I can't, they're not allowed to tell me that. Yeah. I can tell them there's another energy there with them so that they can kind of get ink and it's not long. Do you understand what I mean? But I can't tell them that. I mean, a proper medium shouldn't be able to see that stuff, right? Because anything that can cause anxiety that we can't change is not beneficial for the client or for us. Do you see what I mean? So if someone, I can see it's minor health issues. So if someone's got something wrong with their stomach, or that it's really early on and they need to be able to get to the hospital, we can see all that stuff. It comes in black masses. And then, but anyone that's really sick, I mean, my dad had cancer, he died of cancer. We can send healing. I can ask Spirit World to send healing so they don't suffer as much crossing over, or they don't suffer as much through their thing, but we can't prevent it. We can't. I had a lady actually come on my live that was in hospital with kidney failure. She was literally in hospital, and everyone was like, how did you actually deal with that on your live? And I said, I just told her, your mum's standing with you. That's all I could tell her. Your mum is standing with you. Take a breath and it was on my live. Yeah, and everyone was like, how are you coping with that? And I said, I just have to tell her to take a breath, relax, and let her mum be with her. That's all I could tell her.
Yeah. Surrender almost. Wow, you really have taken our breath away, Lisa. Have you any thoughts on modern society? That are we a bit too fast paced? Should we be grateful in every day? What any?
Yeah, I think I think that yes, I do agree with that. I think that sometimes we forget what we're here for. I do, and I think a lot of this, my take on the corona issue spiritually is this was meant to happen spiritually, because I think we got so used to living a horrendous modern life. We all do it. We're on an iPad now. We're on Zoom. But we forget where we come from. When we had nothing, when all our grandparents had nothing. And I think we was told the lockdown was to show us, actually, as quick as we're giving something, we could get it taken away. Yeah, we can get it taken away tomorrow. So you've got to appreciate what you got. No one is begrudging people that are doing well, or making a living or making a life. But just remember, it's not. Don't take nothing for granted. I don't take spirit world for granted every day. I don't. One day I hope this never happens. But if I don't do, if I abuse it in some way, they can take it away as quick as they've given it to me. And I know mediums has happened to. They've started drinking, or they've started doing, use it in the wrong way. They haven't got it no more. Not the way they used to have it. So I just feel like my take on the whole world is just remember, not material things ain't that important. It's your memories. I can't tell you doing your reading what your granddad or your nan bought you. You won't remember. You don't remember that. But you remember, the memories you had with them. And that's what I think my take on the world is. We've got to remember how important each other is to each other.
Yeah.
Beautiful. You've also dealt with paranormal encounters. They're probably quite similar, but is there a difference, like when you go into a haunted house and you worked with Most Haunted?
No, I haven't worked with Most Haunted. I've been on a ghost hunt with them though.
Okay.
Yeah, but they are so much fun, right? It's a different side of working with spirit world. It is, yeah.
Right.
Because I'm not actually working. Yeah, I'm having a fun experience, and I've had so much fun. I mean, my sister is the one. Me and my sister always go on the ghost hunts together.
Right.
It's our little thing. I mean, we've been all over the country trying them. I mean, she's had a baby since, but she's, we still do them. And I think, I'm not scared of spirit world. I'm not scared of them. So it means it gives me a chance to, get involved, because I'm not scared. And I think we've had so many, and because our spirit world protect me so well, I'm not scared. I'm not scared of a negative energy, because it's been, and I don't actually feel that there's a lot of negative energy. I think it's very misplaced. I feel like a lot of times people have messaged me, I think my house is haunted. I think I've got, ghosts in it. And I go there and it's one of their relatives trying to get hold of them. It's making up a whole heap of noise. or someone who's upset because the family's had an argument, or do you see what I mean? It's not very, maybe I'm not saying there's no negative energy. There is, people have done horrendous things in this world that have passed over. But I feel like it is so much fun, I really enjoy doing a ghost hunt. I haven't done one for ages, actually. Maybe I want to do one now. I want to do my own one. Me and my sister have been talking about doing our own one. Because I've been in a couple and the groups ended up following us rather than the actual person. But everyone keeps telling me I should do my own one.
Yeah. And like, obviously, you'd hear sometimes of people saying, oh, I got a feeling in a place. Like, do you ever think about, like, obviously that feeling could be absolutely anything, but like some people, I got a bad feeling and I wanted to leave straight away. Do you ever think about that? Or?
Yeah, I get that.
Oh,
yeah, I get a good feeling. Yeah, I get, and around people. I get there's not many people in this world. I'm not a rude person. I'm very sociable. But my friends have learned, and my family, that if I just go hi to someone and kind of not spend a lot of time around them, my energy is not feeling comfortable. And it might not be that they're bad or anything. They might just be going through something themselves. Do you see what I mean? But my energy is not comfortable there at that moment in time. So now they kind of like, okay, Lisa's not made contact with that person. We're kind of fear. Just see what I mean? So I get feelings about people, and normally if I get a really bad feeling about someone, I'm normally right. I'm normally like, no, I knew that. It's yeah. My kids call me a human lie detector.
There's no lying to mammy about not washing their clothes or washing the dishes. My gosh.
Yeah, so I mean, it's a serious thing, but it's also very fun. It's very fun.
Yeah.
I've met some absolute amazing, and I mean amazing people along the way that have now become my friends. When I've helped them find missing people, that I visit now. I couldn't make it up. I've had an amazing journey with spirit worlds, and I know it's not over yet. And I would never change it for the world. It's not all, sadness and healing and stuff. Some of it is fun, with them, and and the amount of people that you meet and build relationships with or friendships along the way. It's just people that I would never have met in my lifetime.
Wow. Yeah. You see the positive, and yet you've so much energy behind you. You're here. It's 9:15 and Irish or English time, and you're
well, I'm used to working. I don't normally. Sometimes I don't finish work till like 10:30 at night if I've got readings,
really?
because I've got people at work, so I do it for the evening and stuff like that. Yeah.
Mark, have you any questions?
No.
We normally have we've two things. We have a parish of the week, and I picked out a parish of the week that was psychic related, and this comes from Sarcoma County in California, where a local pet charity was struggling to get people to adopt pets. So they've tried to entice people in with a stall, including a pet psychic, who entertained visitors to the booth by telling pet owners what their furry friends were thinking. Have you ever worked with animals, Lisa Jane?
No,
I
haven't. I tell you what, it's really hard to validate what an animal's saying. You see what I mean? So no, I mean, I can tell you if you've lost an animal, they're over there with loved ones. Yeah, and maybe what they passed off, but no, I haven't worked with animals. No.
I see. And then we have another guy. We have this flash flood fella, and this man could come out with anything here. This is let's have 41 seconds now of James Flash Flood.
Jesus, lads, the price soft drinks has gone terrible. There was a time, go into the shop, bottle of Coke, 150, grand, nice round number. Go into shops now, you're getting anywhere from 180, €1.80 to 2 something. I was out for a ramble a while ago and I stopped into the shop and I wanted $2.50 for a little small bottle of water. And I told her, go be fucked. I wasn't paying it. And I left her standing there and I walked off. And I nearly died of the thirst. Because I wasn't paying $2.50 for a bottle of water.
I won't pay $2.50 for a bottle of water either. And London's expensive and I still won't pay that.
So now Flash Flood he's right in England and he's right in Ireland.
Yeah.
Yep.
Lisa Jane, you're a blessing. Thanks a million. You're an angel on earth. Thanks a million for joining us. If taking our breath away, and if people want to reach out and get a reading from you, how would they do it?
So probably the best thing to do is join my Instagram, which is Lisa Jane Psychic. On my Facebook is Lisa Jane Psychic Medium. But there is a couple of them on Facebook, but mine's the one with the picture of the Blue Angel. That's where most people book their readings through. Either me or my daughters will reply. That's the quickest reply, because sometimes on text and WhatsApp, you get confused with your personal messages. At least on them ones, it's just my work, so I know.
Yeah.
That's definitely the place to get hold of me.
Thank you so much, Lisa.
Thanks a
Jane.
million, Lisa Jane.
That's it. It was lovely to meet you guys.
A real pleasure. Thank you.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. It's lovely. It's something different. I like a challenge.
Oh, brilliant. Continued success to you anyway.
And you guys, really good luck with everything, yeah?
Cheers.
Thank you.
Thanks, Lisa Jane.
I don't know how to turn myself off, let me just tell you. How do I take myself off the Zoom?
Oh, well, I'll end it now and...
Okay.
yeah. See you, Lisa Jane.
Thanks,
Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.